Good morning. How is everyone today? Awesome. Welcome to Tucson New Thought. This first song has some instructions for you if you've not been here before. So here's what we're going to do. You ready? Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, how was everyone's holiday? How's it going? Beautiful. Well, I'm so grateful that you've decided to spend the last Sunday of 2018 here with us today in this beautiful, beautiful place that is called Tucson New Thought. And we are a community that comes together every Sunday for the purposes of understanding one thing and one thing only, and that is right where each and every one of us is the infinite nature of the divine expressing itself as us. And that is such a good thing. And when we truly learn to embody that, our lives get better. And that's what most people are coming to these places to look for, better experience of life. Our vision here is to create a world that works for everyone. We do this through our mission, which is to provide practical tools for personal transformation, thereby awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our values here, we value community, creativity, diversity, but above all, love. This is a community that is all about love. Anyone at any point of their spiritual journey or spiritual path in any place of spiritual path is welcome to join us. And I trust that everyone who's here finds some little nugget that they get to walk away with today and actually put into practice in their lives. So first of all, what I love to do is to look out upon all the beautiful faces that join every week and see that there is just absolute magnificence in every single face. And so I would like to tell you that you are magnificent. You are magnificent. What I'm going to invite you to do now is to stand up, turn to your neighbor, and let them know. Tell them you are magnificent. You are magnificent. Everyone who's joining us online, you are magnificent. So grateful for you being here today. You're magnificent. I'm going to invite Carrie on to join me. Well, she's still expressing magnificence to other people. There she is. I'm going to invite Carrie on to join me. Yes. The magnificence of the universe is expressed by all people, by all things, and also by all faith traditions and paths. And so we honor all faith traditions, all religious institutions, through a practice that we call lighting the flames of faith, where we ceremonially honor all of these paths and traditions. For each candle we light, we recognize that all people, all faiths, are connected as spirit. And all form comes from this one infinite energy. So we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are, as yet, unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. We light a candle to represent the healing of any circumstance that requires divinity to be revealed. And the final candle we light is your candle. For whatever it is within your heart, your mind, your soul that requires illumination in the here and now, this candle provides that illumination. It is for you. As we take that energy of honoring and recognize that we are part of this infinite wholeness, we are at the point at which we get to change our lives for the better. It all happens right here, right now, in this moment, when we decide. When I forget we are one, and I regret things that I've done, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. Here's what I know. I know that there is only one power. There is only one presence. There is only this one infinite creative resource, and it is expressing itself through all of creation. This is the very power that each and every one of us is. There is absolutely no separation. We are living its life as our own. We are experiencing its love as our own. All that is in our lives is what is this power. This power is infinite, expansive, creative, and always flowing throughout our entire experience. And so I give in to this perfect moment and expression right here and right now, knowing that all that unfolds here today is blessed and for the highest purpose of creation, that each and every one of us is on a perfect path to something new today. I trust this. I know this. I allow this, and with deep gratitude, I simply accept. I accept this power, and I release this word, knowing that in the very speaking of it, it is so. I release, let go, open myself up, and allow, as together we say, and so it is. When things go wrong and my way is dark, and when I lose my song and life breaks my heart, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. In this moment, I am free. There's a collective exhale and then allowing that last chord. If you would please provide for me a number between 25 and 423. 143. For those of you who are here for the first time, this is the community putting me on the spot. Oh, I thought it was 2 pages. It's 1. A number between 1 and 4. 2. So here's the thing about this reading that I do that is seemingly at random every week, is it's totally always perfect for whatever is going to be talked about in the day. So this is how it reads. Since we must all begin right where we are, most of us will be compelled to begin our healing work with the mechanical process. We should take the highest thought we have and attempt to enlarge this consciousness until it embraces a more vital concept of reality. Consciousness, in this sense, means an inner embodiment of ideas. If you are new to the work of metaphysics, to the work of New Thought, if you are new to the work of the science of mind, which is my particular branch of New Thought, there are multiple branches in the grand tree of New Thought. I come from the science of mind background. I talked a little bit about this last week. The work tends to begin with an intellectual understanding, and I think that's what he's talking about when he says we're starting with a mechanical process. We're going to start with a mechanical process, and we're going to do a mechanical thing today. But part of the mechanics is to allow ourselves to come into a deeper alignment with what is behind the mechanics. And so as we begin with the intellect, ultimately the idea is that we're going to allow that intellectual idea of love, of joy, of light, of harmony, of peace, of wisdom, of whatever, to settle into our heart space so that we begin to actually embody that very idea and move past the intellect into it being just our way of being. That's the whole point of view of New Thought, that we have the power of the divine at our command because we are that very power. Since there is no separation between God and the expression of human beings or the expression of anything, the expression of this microphone stand, there is no separation. It's all God. 100% of all that is God. That's hard for some people to hear because they want to put God out there. They want to put God out there because here's what happens. That gives them a scapegoat. We can blame the ills of our life on something outside the self, and that's hard, right? I mean, that's the easy part. It's hard when I stand up here and I say, we have to take responsibility for what is in our expression and our experience of life. Responsibility does not mean blame. There's a big difference. But a lot of people hear, wait, I'm responsible for all the stuff that happened to me? Well, the answer is yes, but once you know, you can't not know. So when you recognize that there's something from back there that may be still affecting you in this present moment, you are at choice to say, I no longer allow that to be. I get to step into something new because I am always creating my life anew in every single moment. Every single moment, we are creating our lives anew, and we are not held back by anything back there except to the degree that we allow ourselves to be held back there, and it is a conscious practice to do that. It is also a conscious practice to step into letting that go. So that's the way that this stuff works. Since we must all begin right where we are, most of us will be compelled to begin our healing work with a mechanical process. And that's fine. We should take the highest thought we have and attempt to enlarge on this consciousness until it embraces a more vital concept of reality. Whatever is in our mind, let us enlarge it. Whatever love is in our mind, let us enlarge it. Whatever joy is in our mind, let us enlarge it. Let us enlarge the good. Let us enlarge the high vibratory aspects of living. Let those be the things that we are working actively to enlarge in our own mind through spiritual practice, which is whatever works, by the way. It's not just praying. What works for you in spiritual practice is what will work for you. Consciousness in this sense means an inner embodiment of ideas. So we are here to embody love. We are here to embody light. We are here to embody infinite life. That's what we are here to do. If there is any divine will, it's that we actively create in our own lives. Not passively create, which many people do. So we're going to be active in that today, and I'm so excited for that. So that's the random reading and reflection today. And yes, it is all perfect. The new year always, for most of us, I would say, is probably a time of reflection and allowing ourselves to look back and say, what happened this year, and what do I get to look forward to next year? Today's song, one of my favorites, and yeah, you'll understand. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever been, everything I've lost or won, and everything I've ever seen, has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. Thank you. I never know what to do with this guy anymore. I'm just going to put him there. To step in and truly embody what it is we would like to create. As I've said, we must be willing to let go of what no longer serves us. Let it go. There's a lot of letting go that seems to be happening in my life right now, and I'm in the midst of some of it. I don't know what it's going to be, but I feel like there's a commonality of experience for a lot of people right now. We're letting go of what no longer serves us, what no longer works for us, and we are accepting something new. We're accepting a new path, a new light, a new way of experiencing life. What a magnificent power we have to be able to do this. We have to let go. We have to be willing to let go. One of the fundamental principles of this teaching is this very idea. It was written by Thomas Troward. He was a major influence on our founder, Ernest Holmes. He said, principle is not bound by precedent. Principle is not bound by precedent. The principle he speaks of is this infinite creative principle of which we are all a part. Each and every one of us is this principle in form, where the very action and activity of the divine power in form. Principle, that thing, that infinite creative power is not bound by precedent. There is nothing in the past, not a single thing in the past that constricts it in any way. But boy, do we do a really good job utilizing our part of this principle creative power to get in the way because we're dragging these things from our past into our present moment. And the only thing that does is weigh us down. Now, I also say frequently, because this is one of my favorite aspects, I'm always saying, I get to recreate myself anew, I get to recreate myself anew, I get to recreate myself anew, and you know what? I get to do that, and then sometimes something comes up and says, hey, it's time to recreate yourself anew, and nope, because I see how that worked out in that particular way in the past, that particular thing that I see may not be in alignment because it looks like something that happened back there that did not work out, and so I have to protect myself. But if I know who I am, if we know who we are, we cannot be bound by any of it. And so what may not have worked in the past is not something that says it's not going to work in the future or work in our present moment. Because here's the deal. This is it. This moment. There is no past, there is no future. This is it. We can set the course for our future like a sailboat. You know how a sailboat goes in a straight line? By doing this, right? It tacks. But that's how it gets to where it's going. So sometimes we may tack over here and go, oh, no, gotta now go back over here. Oh, no, gotta go back over here. That's the way life unfolds. That's the way life unfolds. And we cannot be afraid of thinking we're going in the wrong direction. But I'll tell you what, if you don't do a course correction at some point, wait, I wanted to be over there. If we don't do a course correction, the wind will take us. But we're the ones who get to decide which direction we're going. So principle is not bound by precedent. We are not defined by the past unless we decide to be. Unless we decide to be. Now, the whole body of my experience of life is what got me to this present moment. It got me here. What brought me here is everything that has preceded this moment. 100% of it. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment. So I ask the question, now what? Now what? It's a big question. I have joys and disappointments from my past. Those things all got me here. Now what? We talk a lot in this philosophy too about letting go of the past and it's all, but not all the past is bad either. So let's also accept that we get to carry with us those things that are magnificent and good and are life-affirming and will carry us forward. I don't want to give up my 20-some-odd years of being an actor because that serves me now. I don't want to give up that part of my life. So we get to make the choice about what we carry with us. Very important part of this. Allow yourself to begin to make the choice by recognizing that you have choice. Great gift it's the great gift we embody. So, one of the things that's happening in my life, a friend of mine is going through a period of experience that is feeling like it worked for a very long time, and it's not feeling like it's working any longer. And we've been having conversations about this. And the big question, the next big question, because I've seen the struggle of reeling of like, what decision do I make? How do I, because I don't want to disappoint. Oh, there's another big one too, right? We don't want to disappoint because we may have set up something that feels like it's our place in the world, and everybody recognizes us. We now begin to identify as that thing, and if we let that go, we're going to disappoint everyone around us. That's a big block for people. So the next step in this discussion is this person has come to me on some level as a spiritual counselor and said, this is not working for me anymore. What do I do? And the first thing I say is, I don't give advice. I allow you to open up the channels so that you can figure out what it is within you that is calling to you to be done. And I will ask you some questions that hopefully will help open up that channel. And this is the question that I've not gotten to, but is most likely part of our next conversation. The question is this: are you simply asking for permission to let that go? Sometimes we seek for the permission from outside ourselves, not realizing that we're the ones who ultimately have to give the permission to ourselves to be okay with whatever decision we're making. So, if we've wrapped up our identity in something, sometimes we're going to go to people and say, how do I do this now? Well, are you asking for permission to simply let it all go? To surrender what was so that you can step into what is and what will be. Today, I'm going to invite us all to ceremonially go through this process ourselves. So the first thing I'm going to say is, whatever comes up for you as we go through this next experience is, I'm giving you permission to shed. If you need permission, I'm giving you permission to shed whatever it is that you need to shed. So as you came in today, you all received a piece of paper, like that. Now, many of you will have done burning bowls before, right? Yes, probably. Today's not exactly a burning bowl, but it's the same idea. So we're going to write two things down on this sheet of paper. We're going to write two things down. The first thing, so don't write yet, I'll explain it to you. The first thing is this: I would like you to simply relax right where you are. Take stock of what brought you here, just in this moment. And allow yourself to simply relax into the space of answering this question for yourself. What belief, idea, or construct no longer works for me? What belief, idea, or construct no longer works for me? Ask yourself this question. What are you willing to let go? Oriah Mountain Dreamer said this: living a life of fulfillment that offers something of value to the world starts with radical self-knowledge, self-awareness, self-acceptance. Our task is to free who we are at the deepest part of our being. So allow yourself to go to that deeper place of self-knowledge, self-acceptance, self-awareness. What belief, idea, or construct no longer serves you? And go ahead and write that idea down. Allow yourself to go to the recesses of the mind. Give yourself the freedom. You can acknowledge anything, deeply private things. No one is going to ever read this or know what you wrote on your paper. Only you can know what's right for you. And I'm doing this with you, by the way. And if you're at home, although you don't have the special paper, you can create this by writing a piece of paper that you will be able to destroy safely in some manner. Once you've written it down, I invite you to look at it. Look at those words, whatever it is. And I'm going to invite you to love what it is you've written down for just a moment. There are blessings in whatever it is that you're ready to let go, because those things have gotten you to this moment. Whatever that is, it's gotten you to this moment. So it's okay to love it for right now. Absolutely okay to love it. It served a purpose, and now the purpose is complete. So with that idea in mind, recognizing what you've written down, repeat these words after me. I am willing to release this.
I am willing to release this.
I no longer require this.
I no longer require this.
I choose to let it go.
I choose to let it go.
So that's the first thing we're writing on our piece of paper. This next part is something else that we're going to release, but it's going to be an intention to release, something that will carry us into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So what I would like you to do is allow yourself now, free of the limitation of this thing you've written down, to imagine what can be. Use that infinite creative wisdom, that infinite creative mind, that source of all that is coursing through you as you, right here and right now. I like to ask the question, what wants to happen here? What wants to happen here? And allow yourself to be filled with what comes up for you. And if it's something that is tangible in the world of form, allow yourself to think about it more deeply, going to the essence of the thing, whatever that means for you. To allow yourself to pare it down to that core energy of the thing itself. Whatever you would like to step into and embody. And then write that down. If you want to write down, I embody, whatever it is, if that helps you. And allow yourself to see that, to see those words on the paper. And step into the consciousness of, I have what it takes to embody this. This is part of me here and now. And then we're going to do two things through this practice today. There's this bowl of water up here. One of the nice things about this bowl of water is that this, whatever this is, what you want to release and and the intention you wish to release, we're going to release it by allowing it to go into the water, stir it up a little bit, and it will simply dissolve itself back into the nothingness from which it ultimately came. So in your time, I'm going to invite you each to come up here, drop your paper in the water, and release. And if Stefan, if you could play a little bit whenever you're ready. Don commented on the nature of the water. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's so colorful.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Stefan. So Don was commenting on the nature of the water, what it looked like, and as everybody was going through the process of releasing, I mean, clearly the water is very gray, but what I love is these magnificent flecks of color in it. And I feel like in some ways, that's kind of like life. We can be surrounded by all the grayness, but we get to be these magnificent flecks of color. This is the decision we get to make. That's the mechanical act of something that now, through decision, through the use of mind, through your consciousness, you can embody. The mechanical is always, always a part of the intellectual and the embodiment. It's all wrapped up into one thing. So what decision do you make today? What decision do you make today? The power of a simple act like this reminds me of this idea. Spiritual practice does not need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated. It needs to be whatever works, whatever allows us to go to that deeper place of understanding, that deeper place of knowing, that deeper place of remembering at the end of the day who we are, that we are the very essence of love and light embodied as ourselves. It just needs to be effective. So what works for you? What works for you? This kind of thing works for me. I love this. I love this. I was introduced to the disappearing paper when I was in Kauai for my spiritual retreat that I go on every year just a few years ago. And it's always felt very powerful to be able to do this. And it's safer than flash paper. Although that's fun. So today's talk is called What Brought Me Here? What brought me here? And I purposefully did not put a question mark at the end of the talk title because I wanted it to be a statement as a way of reflecting. What brought me here? There are a lot of things that brought me here. Today I realized that what brought me here is limitation. But I'm ready to expand into the next thing. What is going to take me from this point forward is a decision, a new idea, ultimately an awakening into what is next. What takes me to where I'm going is an expanded idea of consciousness, an expanded idea of love. And that's what I'm going to take into 2019. I was debating whether I was going to announce this today, but I'm going to announce this. I want to do a yearly theme. I want to do an annual theme because we're basically, you ready for this? We're being birthed into this new year because we started 9 months ago. Right? We started on Easter. That was 9 months ago. And I feel like now we're coming out of the canal. That's as graphic as I'm going to get. And what happens is when you come out, your eyes open, and it's your first experience of awakening. And that's going to be the theme for 2019, awakening. And that's what I would like to carry us through into expression through all of next year. And I'm so excited about what that means for all of us and for this community and the expansion and growth of who we are and who we choose to be. So I encourage you to be on that journey with me. I'm so excited about it. Are you going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you can all be there too. I'm grateful for all you are, all you express, and all the love you have to share. Namaste. So the consciousness of giving is the next experience that we have today. Tucson New Thought is a community that is supported through your contributions, through your generosity. Whether you call it your invest, your gift, your contribution, your tithe, however you choose to express it in words in the world of form, there is something much deeper that is beyond the words. And it ultimately is, it doesn't matter what you call it, it is the act of circulation, it is the act of currency, it is the act of the law of cause and effect in action. When we give, we open our channels to receive. When we receive, we open the channels to give. Any place we close that off, we've put a kink in the flow of the infinite nature of giving and receiving. So there are many options for giving. You can write a check, cash, there are envelopes that are handed out. And if you're online, you can click the link there to give online through a donation using your card. We also do take cards here if that is of interest to you. But I want to say thank you for your support of Tucson New Thought, of this community, and for the vision that we are expanding into this community and ultimately into the whole world, that we are a place where good happens. We are creating a world that works for everyone. That's the truth. So as you hold whatever it is you're offering the center today, let's read together the divine givingness statement, which is on one of the many pages of handouts that I gave you today, where the songs are listed, but not the song lyrics. Let's read this together, shall we? Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that spirit is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so William's going to take the basket around. I have a couple of things to remind you of. January 6th, I have announced, is a date when we will be engaging in a visioning meeting. It will not be part of the service. It will not be part of the gathering on Sunday. The thing that I don't know, and this is actually wrapped up in one of those things that I'm looking at and saying, am I releasing this now? The thing I don't know is where we're going to be, what time it's going to happen. So it's next week at some point and in some place. If you are not signed up for our email, you can sign up for our email, and when I send the email out later this week, I will have come up with a place and a time to do it. I am going to look at doing it following the gathering, so those people who do drive maybe don't have to then make arrangements to come back because you'd like to do it in person, right? So we're going to try and do it earlier in the day than I initially thought. The other thing to know is that on January 27th is our annual general meeting. So it's where we come together as a community, and those who are members will have voting rights to make some decisions about Tucson New Thought and where we're going and what we would like to do. The other thing is, as a nonprofit organization, we are required to have a board of trustees or board of directors. And in this organization, our founding documents call it a leadership council. The Leadership Council at this point has been me and Carrymon, because that we had to have something to send to the government and say, hey, we're a legit organization. But at the annual general meeting, I would like to elect our first Leadership Council. If being on the Leadership Council is something that appeals to you, come and talk to me today following the gathering, and we can talk about what that means, and we can then say you're self-nominating, and we can put your name on the ballot for the Leadership Council. I think the initial council, just because of the size of our community, will probably be me and 3 or 4 others. So just to keep that in mind. If you are interested in voting at that, you do need to be a registered member of the center to be able to vote at the meeting, and there are membership forms. If this is a place that calls to you at this point of your spiritual path, I encourage you to fill out a membership form, and it's saying nothing more than, this is where I choose to be right here and right now. And at some point, if you say, hey, I'm going to move on, that's fine too, but it's all about choice, right? I'm thinking, is there anything else that I am forgetting? No. So this song is appropriate for the experience we've had today, the song that we've been singing all month. I invite you to relax right where you are. Taking a moment to reflect on whatever has come up for you today. Taking a moment to find that kernel. Maybe that one thing that you get to carry from this place and put into action in life. As we call this time, this experience, this gathering, for now complete, we can surrender it to the universe with love. Surrender, let it go. Surrender, let it all go. All the fear, all the doubt, all the pain, all the wounds, feelings of being alone. Surrender, let it go. In this moment, I choose to surrender and fall back into the hands of grace, knowing that I am fully supported by this infinite creative power. And this is the truth for each and every one of us, for we are that very power. We are wrapped up in it, expressing as it every cell of our beingness is formed of this energy, this power, this creative nature. I call it good, I call it God, I call it love, I call it by many names, but I know it is who and what each and every one of us is. Trusting this, knowing this, and in deep gratitude for this experience we've had here today, I choose to step forth boldly into awakening, into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And I trust that this is true for each and every one of us at the level we choose to awaken. I'm so grateful for all that has conspired to make this experience happen here today. I'm grateful for Stefan and his music. I'm grateful for Aiden and the technical aspects of allowing us to be seen beyond these walls, to be experienced beyond these walls. I'm grateful for everyone who has decided to show up here in person. I'm grateful for everyone who has decided to watch online today. I am grateful. I am grateful for the good. And that is how I settle into this final moment, knowing that good and love and light is at the heart of all that I say and think and do. I let it be so in deep gratitude as I release this word and know it is so, as together we say, and so it is. Don't you know God is here? 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 Let it all go. Open your heart, invite in the light. Open your mind to surrender. Open your heart, invite in the light. Open your mind, surrender. Let it go. Let it all go. And with a final easy breath, if you'd like to open your eyes, and we will take this, we'll lift the energy back up with God Makes Me Want to Sing. You ready? I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. I am loving every living thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. We're all precious, no one less or more. We've all got the same treasure in store. That's why I'm loving every living thing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. I am believing in my guiding light. No matter what goes, it always turns out right. Take a big step and grab the wheel. That's why I'm believing in my guiding light. Woo! I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Piano solo. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. And so it is. Have a great week, everyone.